Hey guys, King of Charmanders here. Today I bring you the ultimate dual blade style customization guide, Feral Demon Mode and Spiral Slash, as we go over the new dual mode style changes. These styles are pretty technical, so I'm going to break them down and I'll go over some of the more advanced tips for both styles. And just to put it out there, I am the GOAT at breaking stuff down. And I literally have my content being watched by Niantic themselves. Here's a small clip from Summer Game Fest 2024. Absolutely a great time, but yes, I was praised by one of the directors, so it's a huge honor, and we really appreciate Niantic for everything you do for us.
So, can you tell me your name and your role at Niantic, Mark?
Yes, my name is Mark Van Lommel, and I'm a communications director overseeing our games and influencer relationships at Niantic.
Awesome, thank you. So, you play Monster Hunter now, right? I know my content helps you out. What's your favorite weapon type, and if you have a favorite large monster, what is it and why?
I love this question. First of all, King of Charmanders, thank you so much for being here. I love your content. I find the guide so helpful, so even though I work on the game, I feel like I get better by watching you. So glad we get to connect in person here at Summer Game Fest.
And now you know who is the king of breakdowns, and we're going to start off with the Spiral Slash, where we have this basic controls. When you aren't in Demon Mode, you tap to attack, and the Spiral Slash has the same basic combos as the original, which is the Circle Slash combo, which is a 7-hit combo. And then we move on to the basic controls. When you aren't in Demon Mode, when you're in normal mode, you swipe to dodge. You could swipe left, right, up, or down. Tapping after dodging left or right, you have the Rising Slash, which is a 1-hit, and you also have the Round Slash, which is 3 hits. And tapping after dodging backwards or being mid-distance from the monster will allow you to do a lunging slash. So if you're far away, you will fight the power and drill your way into victory. More on that later, but yes. And then after you have the basic controls, we now have the enter and exit demon mode. So to enter, you tap on your special skill button, or to exit, there's 2 ways. 1, you tap on your special skill button again when it's not full. As you see here, it's full. So if it's full, you're not going to be able to do this. Otherwise, you have to move on to step 2. So the second way is tap, hold, and swipe down. You can still do this when the special gauge is full. They actually updated this, I think it was like a couple of seasons ago, but it's great because now you can exit demon mode without having to worry like, oh wait, my special gauge is full, I can't get out of this, I'm going to waste my gauge. So use this wisely to preserve your stamina gauge. And speaking of basic combos for demon mode, we have the ability to tap to attack in demon mode, as this performs the usual Blade Dance combo, which is a 9-hit combo. Here is a note though, you do lose the ability to do the 6-fold Demon Slash combo in Spiral Slash, which is the strongest non-style combo. And this brings us to Demon Mode dodging. So you swipe up, left, or right to dodge to Demon Flurry Rush. And you can swipe backwards to do a backwards dodge, or backwards step, whichever one you want to call it. And Demon Flurry Rush will do damage as you dodge. This is the same as the OG Demon Mode for the dual blades. Tapping after Demon Flurry Rush will also perform a Demon Round Slash, just like the old style, which is a 3-hit combo. And here's an important note, the backwards dodge has more iframes, which are invincibility frames, than usual dodges. So if you backstep right there, you'll notice you're a little more invincible than other dodge. And this brings us to the Demon Flight combo, which is a 3-part combo. You tap, hold, and you swipe up. This will initiate the Demon Flight. This is what they're talking about when you could possibly get hit in the air as you get launched into the air. Next up, this will turn you into the Aerial Demon Flurry, which is step 2 if it's successful. If it's not successful, obviously this isn't going to happen. And this will end you with the Spiral Slash. Here's an example right here. Bam. Demon Flight, Aerial Demon Flurry, and then the Spiral Slash, which is really dang cool. But it's also incredibly powerful if you use it. Again, here you go. You rise up in Demon Flight, and it does the Aerial Demon Flurry, and then you have the Spiral Slash. Here's a note. You can enter Demon Flight after perfect evading in demon mode, as you see in the example they give us right here. It's definitely like, it's that simple. So after you enter perfect evading right here, Demon Flight up, and then you'll be able to execute your Spiral Slash combo off of that. You can also perform the Demon Flight combo anytime during your regular demon mode combo. So if you slash or you use any point of attack, you're going to be able to execute this right after. Just be careful because in this instance, when you fly up, just make sure you know your monster attack patterns because some monsters are bigger than others. So if you do happen to do this, you're going to get mollywopped by that Radabon you saw in the example if you aren't careful. Next up, we have Demon Flight dodging. So you can swipe left or right after aerial Demon Flurry to evade. This allows you to dodge in midair, and it's really dang cool. Allows you extra movement and makes up for that vulnerable window you have to get hit by a monster's attack. And you will do this, after you do this, you will do a Spiral Slash. So after you dodge, you will do a Spiral Slash. Here's an important note though, you cannot cancel the Spiral Slash after evading. Again, you cannot cancel it. So if you happen to hit the monster or if you're not using full aim mode, which we're going to go into heavy detail on in the future of this video, you need to be very careful. Otherwise, you are going to get hit and possibly use a potion. So again, be careful. And this brings us to our stamina gauge. So stamina gauge has its mechanics and it will not automatically recover. However, there are two ways to fill it. And the first way is you attack in non-demon mode. So your regular attacks will fill your gauge, or you can perfect evade. It's that simple. It's nothing complicated. Again, if you attack in non-demon mode, you see your gauge at the bottom right there. Attack, it will fill up. If you perfect evade, your bar will fill. Here's a live example right here outside of the one provided us by Monster Hunter now. As you see right here, my attacks are filling up my gauge. And then here's another example right here. After I perfect evade from said monster, I'm going to be able to fill my gauge. So yes, make sure you do either one of these and make sure you keep an eye on your perfect evades, etc. so that you make sure you keep your gauge full or whenever you need it. Moving on, we have the Spiral Power. I know there's a lot of Spiral right here, like, you know, like AJ Styles with the Spiral Tap. Absolutely amazing and beautiful move, by the way, if you are a wrestling fan. And yes, AJ Styles is my favorite wrestler. As we have our stamina gauge at max, this activates, and it's called, again, Spiral Power, where it powers up your Spiral Slash. Spiral Power is indicated by a symbol that appears in your stamina gauge. As you see right here, as I power up my gauge and I get it to maximum, you're going to see this small little symbol that appears a little bit in the middle. And then once that appears, bang, you know you have your Spiral Power ready. What this does is, it powers up your Spiral Slash. Here's an important note. You can only do one Demon Flight combo per activation unless you miss in full aim mode. So I'm going to show an example of that later on in this video. You can't chain two in the same mode cycle unless you depower up. Again, I'm going to do more on that later. But yes, one gauge equals one Demon Flight unless you do something else. But that's just an important note because here's Spiral Power. Here's two examples. Regular and the Spiral Power Slash. You see there is a difference. One is more powerful than the other. One is a little long than the other. So keep that in mind when you are using either one of these moves. And behold, a super technical thing that no other English YouTuber has covered at this point. The full A mode Spiral Slash. So Spiral Slash is actually best used in full aim mode where the top right is on. You see the top right where you could use your gyro. This allows you to control two things by using your phone gyroscope to aim. It's really cool. One, you can control the direction of Spiral Slash. So you see right here, I go up and I can actually control the direction where I go for Spiral Slash. It's not fixated in the middle like when you have the gyro off. And two, the direction of the aerial flurry dodge. So again, you can see the direction. I can control it as I rise up. So as I'm rising up, I can control while I'm going up. And this will allow me to point away from the monster to Spiral Slash. Here's an important note though. You won't perform Spiral Slash until after you tap. So make sure you tap at the right moment after you move in midair. This is very important if you're going to do this expertly and efficiently. Speaking of efficiently, we have the advanced mechanics for Spiral Slash. At number one, you can cancel Spiral Slash in two ways. So use these two ways. Number one, you swipe down before Spiral Slash. This will do a few slashes damage, as you see right here. Again, right here, bam, and then you swipe down, cancel. You can do this in both full aim and non-full aim mode, so you don't have to worry about either one. Or there's our second way. Again, here's the first way, bam, and then you swipe down. The second way, honestly, is the better one in my opinion. You aim Spiral Slash away from the monster in full aim mode. The reason you do this is because you can still do another one after, but it's just better to bail in Spiral Slash versus taking damage. Because when you rise up right here, unless the monster is under you and it goes under you, like something like Gyros' charge, you're going to take damage. And this brings us to the advanced mechanics for Spiral Slash at number two. When you bail on Spiral Slash by aiming away from the monster, you will remain in demon mode. So you're going to see an example right here. I'm going to aim away from it, up here, aim away, and I'm going to do this roll. This will allow you to perform the Demon Flight combo again, and you can perform two Demon Flight combos in one bar by doing the following. So you actually do two in one bar. So right here, you're going to go up, use your Demon Flight power combo. As you see, the powered up one. You cancel Demon Mode. You still have a little bit of your gauge left. You'll go ahead and enter Demon Mode again, and you'll Demon Flight combo again. Again, you swipe down to cancel, and you could do this entire combo. You could do 2 in 1 bar. And the thing about it is, here's some advanced tips for Spiral Slash. Spiral Slash is best played in full aim mode. Full aim mode takes a lot of skill, but honestly, it really pays off. This really mitigates that window of taking damage. By aiming Spiral Slash backwards to the side, you can float in the air for a short time before you tap to use Spiral Slash. Look at this insane angles and just the way you could dodge monster attacks, etc., or get into positions to be able to attack the monster. It's absolutely insane. This allows you to dodge attacks again and create crazy attack angles. I can't stress how really good this is. I can't wait to master this. If you're a Blast Gun Lance user, this is basically the same thing, just you're not using a giant stick to rocket your way through. You're literally like Attack on Titan. And the last thing is like Attack on Titan, where you're like Levi slashing through the female Titan, or possibly not carding, like it escaping, and then you have to go back and kill it, or you have to try again. You need to practice, practice, practice. Here's Great Gyros. Here's me with a decent amount. I played around for like 10-20 minutes with Spiral Slash, and here is like my second monster hump. But as you see right here, the ability to angle and create angles and do damage is ridiculous. Especially against smaller monsters like Great Gyros, even against bigger ones. If you master your angles with this dodging in mid-air and full aim, you're going to be able to do some crazy things. So again, practice, practice, practice. Practice makes perfect, and you'll be able to master Spiral Slash in full aim mode. And now that we're done with all the madness that is Spiral Slash, we move on to Feral Demon mode. Starting off with the normal state basic combo, you tap to attack. This turns your normal attack into Demon Flurry 1-3. Here's a note, this whole combo can do high damage but leaves you open to attacks. However, here's an important note, despite this, during periods of the combos, you can actually swipe to cancel and dodge out of it. So here's examples over here again. While I'm mid-combo, I'm able to swipe and get out of it. Make sure you do this so that you avoid taking damage. I also don't know why dual blades are on the floor, as I swear I didn't drop them, but here you go. There is the example. Next, we're going to move on to the cream of the crop, which is normal mode dodging and perfect dodge. And that's the cream because we don't want to take damage. You swipe left to right, down or up to dodge, and you perfect dodge by timing the monster attack right. You will take no damage, and your demon mode gauge will fill when you execute a successful perfect dodge. Here's a note though, your mobility isn't as great as in Feral Demon mode. So Feral Demon mode is definitely what you want to be in if you want to dodge attacks. It's honestly better to dodge in Feral Demon mode unless you are trying to perfect dodge, like you see an example right here, and again, it does fill your gauge. And this brings us to the Feral Demon mode mechanics. Tap your special skill button to enter Feral Demon mode, and there are 2 ways to get out of Feral Demon mode. Number 1, you tap the special skill button again to get out of it, or number 2, you tap, hold, and swipe down just like Spiral Slash. The same thing right here when your gauge isn't full to get out of it. Here's an example. Bam, I get into it. I swipe down to get out of it. And I tap to get out of it. So again, those 2 ways. You will perform a blade dance attack when you enter and exit Feral Demon mode, like you see in these examples right here. And here's a note. Perfect dominating, like you see right here in Demon mode, will perform the mid-air spinning blade dance if you dodge left or right, which is the same as the original. If you do backwards or up, you'll still not take any damage, but you won't do that spinning mid-air attack. And this brings us to the stamina gauge mechanics, where we have 2 ways to fill it. At number 1, it automatically fills. So unlike Spiral Slash, this will automatically fill up just like the original one. You don't have to worry about it. Or number 2, you perfect dodge like you see examples right here in your normal state. Here's the important note though. Like you saw in the example from Monster Hunter Now, this mode drains your stamina gauge faster than normal. It's really quick, so make sure you make the best out of you got when your stamina gauge has some life left in it. But in Feral Demon mode, while you're in it, you can do these crazy combos. You tap to attack in Feral Demon mode, and here's a note. You can tap, hold, and swipe down to deactivate Feral Demon mode mid-combo. So if you're within a combo and for some reason you want to get out of it to save your gauge, you can do this. And your normal combo will perform in the Feral Demon mode, the 6-fold Demon Slash. The hits vary depending on how far you get into it. And unlike the original Demon mode, you will exit Demon mode if you run out of stamina gauge. Usually you can keep on attacking, that's not the case here. This is why we have Feral Demon mode evading, where you swipe left or right to evade. And you tap after you perform a round slash. If you tap again after you evade, as you see right here, bam, you tap after, you're going to be able to do a round slash afterwards. The great thing about this type of evade is it grants you longer invincibility frames and further distance, allowing you to dodge monster attacks with a wider range than the original demon mode. So again, more iframes, wider range than the OG one in Feral Demon mode. And we also have the Shrouded Vault. So you have left, right, and if you swipe up, you will be able to perform the Shrouded Vault in Feral Demon mode. And you can tap after this again to perform a round slash. This quickly allows you to get behind monsters, and you can chain this with your other attacks to quickly reposition. Here's an example right here. You're going to see this with the Fulgur Anjanath. I'm able to get behind it really quickly to reposition before it takes a bite out of my soul, and I have to cart, and I use a potion. But there's also the back swipe slash, which you go forward, now you can swipe down to go backwards, and this will perform something in Feral Demon mode as well. You will execute a wide range slash attack while sliding back, like you see right here with Rajang, and this has a greater dodge range than the normal demon mode, so you'll be able to dodge attacks that you normally won't be able to. Last but not least, one of two, we have the advanced tips in Feral Demon mode. You can use full aim mode to have greater control of dodge ranges and attacks. This style can also work well with lock on because you can quickly reposition. And this style is great for status sneak attack builds. You need to be behind the monster, so for status sneak attack, there you go, you meet the requirement. Shroud Vault up and bam, you can go behind it. It's also great for cutting off tails as you can quickly get behind the monster. That's probably one of the most annoying parts about slicing tails is you have to get behind it. This makes it really quick and really easy with Feral Demon mode. However, just like with Spiral Slash, this takes great player skill to use as your stamina gauge will drain quickly, so you need to know your monster patterns well before you get backhanded, slapped, and then you are looking at your potions. Hopefully you do have some if you're going to use them to revive and take out this monster. And now last but not least, which is the best style? This is the question people are asking me since I'm a dual blaze main, I'm the best breakdowner in the English game. Spiral Slashes for damage and Feral Demon modes for movement. If someone doesn't know this because you read the fine print, they literally tell you this, don't listen to them, they're really bad at reading. No, seriously, they are, because it literally just shows you at the beginning, hey, this is damage, hey, this is movement. But honestly, both can end chain their attacks using your special skill, which is really good. If you've a dual blaze main, you know this already. Both can do the same thing, which are really cool. And both are actually direct upgrades from the original demon mode when used expertly. When you master both of these, they're insane, and they definitely have a way better upgrade up than a lot of other weapon styles for other weapon types. Spiral Slash, though, is the more technical of both when you use full aim mode. You master that, again, it's going to be absolutely amazing, and it's just super cool, but the tech is insane. While both are really good, Spiral Slash is better if you are able to master the full aim technique, because it does more damage. You make up for that window of being able to take damage because of player skill. Both are still really good, don't get me wrong. Okay, both are really good. Hopefully this guide helps you master the dual blade styles. Again, I keep emphasizing this, both are great. Don't overthink it. If you like one versus the other, stick with it and get good with it. Spiral Slash, yes, more technical, does more damage overall, and you can mitigate its issues if you get really good with it. But Feral Demon mode is honestly great as well. There's a lot of perks for both of them. They're definitely really good. You should definitely consider using either one of them. With that being said, please do me a huge favor, like, subscribe, and comment for the YouTube algorithm. Fun fact here, for my Magnum All Dual Blades, I actually used a little more materials than usual just because that window period actually ended because I was too busy killing Brute Tigrex and I forgot to upgrade this. But you know what? Here you go. I don't mind. I 10-5'd it for the content and to max out anyways because I plan on practicing these and using these in the future because Magnum All Dual Blades are absolutely goated, and with Spiral Slash is going to be beautiful, and I can't wait to practice more with it and take out a bunch of monsters. Also, happy Veterans Day. I am a military veteran. I went to Afghanistan for 7 freaking months of my life. And just like I was blowing up stuff with blast, I almost got blasted too. So I want to eat my food, but because a lot of y'all requested this video, I want to celebrate with my friends. I want to go to the gym, and I want to eat a bunch of free food like I mentioned, and celebrate my brothers and sisters that have passed and the ones that are still in as well. So I completed this just for y'all. Just for you guys, alright? Especially I love my community. I love y'all. Especially you guys have been asking me for this. So yes, like, subscribe, and comment for the YouTube algorithm. Go look on your grinds. Hopefully you're getting your drops for this event and in future events. I love y'all, and I will see y'all on the next video.